I'll be talking about ARDL bound testing approach using time series for individual country. One economy, or if you want to target maybe a specific time series data analysis. So, as I have already shown in my previous videos how to import data into eViews, my data has already been imported now here. So what I'm going to do is to show you how to estimate it. Now I'm going to select my dependent variable. So if I open it, this is in percentage, so you have to look at it from the main annual growth. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll select the dependent variable, then select the independent variables. So these are my independent variables. And also I will just click on open and then select open as equation. Once I open this as equation, now I don't need to do anything here. I'm not going to estimate ordinary least squares or multiple linear regression. I'm going to estimate ARDL bound testing approach. So what I'm going to do here is that now look at this. Look into the options that we have from the drop down. Select ARDL. So when I select ARDL, the automatic lag is 4.4, but I would want to change this one. It is not something which is static that you cannot change it. Make sure you play with your data to give you the results that make sense according to economic theories. So what I'm going to do here is that I will change my lags. So the first lag is for the dependent variable. The second lag, I will choose 1 for the independent variable. So lag 1, 1, I want a standard lag for all of them. Now, here, you can select the information criteria that you need. So Akaki information, I will leave that one. That is what I'm going to do. Here, I wouldn't touch anything from this place. I will leave it the way it is. Now I'll go back to specification, leave everything according to how it is right now. Then click on OK. So I'll click on OK now. Now when I click on OK, this is not the results I'm going to look for. So this has been estimated. This is saying that ARDL. But if you can see here, it doesn't give you the long run coefficient that maybe you need. And also, it doesn't also give you the error correction term that you need, because you need to see the co-integration sign or co-integration coefficient in here. So as you can see here, I don't need this one for the meantime. So click on view. When you click on view, just go to coefficient diagnostics. Now, when you go here, you will see a lot of information in here. So the submenu that has opened, just go in here, click on long run form, and then bound test. So click on this one. So once you click on this, now this becomes your long run coefficients. So this becomes your long run coefficient. In here, you can see that it's just giving you signs according to, these variables you can see in here. The signs in here is giving you some information that you need. So now let's go down here. Now, these are your long run coefficients. Look at this one. These are your long run coefficients. As you can see here, ignore the first one on top. It's just giving you a clue on the error correction term. Error correction regression that you're going to see. So ignore that part. Scroll down, you will see here levels, case 2, so restricted constant and no trend. So this becomes your long run coefficient. If you see here, there's also equations in here. So now you see FFC is having a positive influence on GDP per capita, and the data is related to the US. And FDI is also having a positive impact, but it's not significant. So we cannot interpret this one. CO2 reduces GDP per capita, and also gross face capital formation, which people use as a proxy for domestic investment, also have a positive effect. Inflation increases G per capita, and then which is not an ideal case. It's we believe that it should reduce people's purchasing power, but never mind. This is a way for me to explain. As I mentioned in the earlier part, I said make sure the data makes the results you're running make sense in the economic standpoint. So here I've done this. This is your long run, and this becomes your band test. So the F statistics here, F statistic, you see here it's 20. You can see here 28, and you can see in here I1 up lower band and then upper band. So you can see here the upper band here. You can see the statistics here as 10% significance. You have 1.99, 5% you have 2.27, you have at 2.5% you have 2.55, and then in here what it means that this F statistics value here is greater than all the lower band here. You can see the values here. It's lower than it's sorry it's greater than them. It's greater than them. So 28 is greater than this one. So you can confirm that there is a long run coefficient co-integration between these variables. There's a long run co-integration between these variables at the lower band. When you come to the upper band, which is I1, now in here you can see that it also the 28 is greater than all of them. So you can see, you can confirm that at both the lower band and upper band, this is greater than all of them. So you can conclude that there is a co-integration among the variable that you've estimated. Now, the next step is to run the, short run version. So what you need to do now is that this part, people usually don't talk about it, but you can see this is giving you the sample size, and also just ignore this part because that is not something realistic to be included in your analysis. Just focus on the first part. So in here after you've done all this part and you have looked at this part and see that the F statistics is okay, is greater than the upper and lower bound, you are good to go. So now the next step is to run the short run. So the short run, now you can, if you go to the same place, coefficient diagnostics, you will see that here the error correction form is here. Now click on it. So when you click on it, this becomes your short run. Use this as a short run. So if you see here in the short run, you have FDI, you have CO2, you have gross fixed capital formation, and then you have your co-integration. So this is the co-integration, and as you can see here, is greater than 1%, as people will say that maybe 0.09 or something, but this doesn't make your model wrong because it depends on the economy you're looking at, and you can read more about this coefficient, which is greater than 1%. We will discuss it more in our upcoming videos. So this becomes your ARDL bound testing approach. That is what you can use this one for. And as you can see, the same F statistics is giving you the upper band and lower band. So in here, so you can also compare them here. So this is your ARDL bound testing approach. Thank you very much. And I did not cut and paste this video. It's gonna be raw, so try, learn, and practice. Thank you.